What is up there everyone, it's the guy from the Gamertech here, and today I wanted to talk about Battlefield Hardline because I've been having some really annoying issues with this game and I really think they need to be addressed. Now, as I've said, Battlefield Hardline compared to Battlefield 4 had a much better launch. It was a lot smoother, there were a lot less game breaking glitches in the game, and it was overall a much better launch. But the problem is that in terms of updates, the game is massively behind Battlefield 4. I was playing it this evening and it was just not fun for me. I personally find that the netcode is probably the worst of the offenders in this problem, is that the Battlefield 4 has so many more netcode improvements on the game and it feels so smooth in comparison to Hardline. In Hardline I find myself getting shot around corners and it's almost like the dodgy camera angles you get in COD sometimes, where you just don't see people that were clearly there. And it's just getting quite frustrating because I want to enjoy the game. The game design is fun. I like the idea of the game. It's definitely fun to play, but it's just got quite a few issues which need to be fixed. And of course the key one is that they really need to bring some of the Battlefield 4 updates into Hardline to improve the netcode and make the game more playable, because that is one of the main things that's kind of making me not want to play the game. Is it's like, well, it's nowhere near as refined. I might as well play Battlefield 4 because I have more fun on the game. And then also there's problems I've got with the assignments. Now you've got the kit assignment 1, which aren't a problem, they're pretty easy to do, but then you have the kit assignment 2. Now I know this is a case for the mechanic and the professional mostly, but these assignments just aren't fun to do. The mechanic one, you have to destroy 10 vehicles with the sabotage. Now that'd be fine if the sabotage worked like an AT mine in Battlefield 3 and 4, where you just put it on the ground and if a vehicle drove over it you destroyed it. But it doesn't. You have to go up to the vehicle and then of course go up and sabotage the vehicle, and it will only activate if someone actually uses the vehicle. And it's very difficult for this to happen because over time the vehicles decrease in health and eventually explode. So it's actually really difficult, unless you're playing Hotwire or you go onto one of their spawn vehicles, to actually make it so that they will actually destroy the vehicle with the sabotage, and it's just really frustrating. And I found that actually I've destroyed quite a few vehicles and it's not counting towards my progression, and it's just really irritating. And I know the assignments really aren't the biggest flaw in the game, but for me personally I find that assignments and challenges are what keep me playing a game. They're kind of side objectives that I personally like to complete just for my own personal satisfaction, and these assignments aren't fun to do. They also do not help your team in any way. They're just sort of almost a waste of time and they just really detract from the experience of the game. Now also there's still some gun balance issues. The M60 and M416 are hands down the best guns in the game now. The K10 is still very competitive, but they have thankfully nerfed it at range. But these two assault rifles, you might as well not use anything else because these two weapons are dominant. They have relatively large magazines for the killing potential and their damage drop off is really long. They can 3-shot kill at 40 meters, that is absolutely insane. And this, along with the netcode, is just causing more problems for me, because with a game which has a faster time to kill like Battlefield Hardline, you need good netcode, and unfortunately because it's lacking in that, it just kind of detracts from the experience and it can be really frustrating for me. Now I understand why people prefer Hardline over Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 had an awful launch, and I can personally support people that say no, I don't want to go back to it, it was that bad, because a lot of people were disappointed, firstly with how the game started at launch and how long it took them to fix it, but also with the premium. Loads of people paid for premium and were really disappointed with it, because even though the maps look cool, but that's probably just because I haven't played them and it looks like extra content to me, from a lot of people said they just really weren't happy with them, they didn't play well. And that is just sort of the issue. A lot of people just sort of are split between the games. And another thing with the two games is that they're competing with each other. The reason why Call of Duty games can be relatively successful and support itself is because the games are standalone. You have one game each year which is the focus of the consumers, and then people, as they choose, go back to the older games if they want to. Whereas Battlefield 4 and Hardline are working together and they're actually kind of competing with each other, and that's sort of a problem, especially for the PC crowd. Is actually they're finding it's really got a small player base for Battlefield Hardline. They're struggling to get in the service they want. But in general, Hardline just needs some updates quickly because I'm unfortunately losing interest in the game. I like it, I want this game to be good and fun because then I'll have 2 different battlefields that I can play and enjoy. But unfortunately the lack of updates and support for this game has just been quite underwhelming, and it's just irritating for me. And especially at the moment because I'm doing my exams at the moment, so I'm not really gaming at all. I game maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And so when I get on and I'm not enjoying myself, it just makes me want to game even less, which is annoying because gaming is a pastime I really enjoy. But anyway guys, I just wanted to put this point across because the game is just not playing the way I would like it to. It doesn't have to be perfect. I admit I could live with the assignments if the netcode was better, but in general it's just not as fun as I think it really could be. But anyway guys, this has been the Gardener Gamertag, and I'll see you on another video.